Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, a.k.a. Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. We got some more Brandon Herrera. Cursed pump action AK-47. I don't know why you'd need a pump action AK-47. I don't understand. I'm confused. Anyway, sorry to Brandon Herrera about your congressional defeat. I was pulling for you, man. That sucks. You got close though, so yeah. I know what that's like. I used to work in politics. I get it. Anyway, go.
This is an AK-47, or more
Sure
correctly,
is.
in this case, an AKM. One of the world's most popular semi-automatic or automatic rifles.
Sweet.
This is a Remington 870. This is a pump-action shotgun.
Nice.
Obviously functioning with a pump. Suppressor, optional. Now, the real question is, what would happen if you took this and you made them kill?
Huh?
Well, you'd get this, the Romanian PAR-1,
Hey.
or the PAR-1. If you're
Hey, the Romanians did something right. All right. Just
Acronymophobic.
Jokes. Comedy.
bigot. This is a pump-action AK, and today we're going to talk about exactly what the hell this thing is and why it's not technically cursed. But of course, before we do that, you know that we need to do a shooting montage, because around here, that's par
so
for the
weird.
course. I'm a dad, I know. Let's just get to it.
That's so weird, man. Like, what would be the purpose? I don't know. Yeah, it's just like it's kind of like single action. I don't know. It's like, okay. I'm sure there was some kind of purpose. Heck. Ka-chunk. Ka-blunk. All right, now you're just showing off, sir.
Oh, yeah. Everybody likes to get a nice pump on.
Sure we do.
All right, now I'm really done. Ladies, gentlemen, or let's face it, gentlemen, this right here is the PAR-1.
Yeah, I usually, I think my viewership is like 6% female, so thank you, ladies.
As you can tell, this is pretty much just your standard AK, but with one really weird twist. Twist, or, pump. Twist it, pull it, shoot it.
Kill it! Squeeze it! I can't squeeze it! I can't squeeze it!
Other than that, you may recognize pretty much every other part of this gun. It takes AK furniture, well, at least, not the handguard, that obviously has something in the way there. The stock, pistol grip, the fire control group, the receiver, magazine, everything. This is just your standard AK. It's even still chambered in 7.62 by 39 millimeter, meaning it can take standard AK magazines. This one being 29 rounds, because we're good little cuck boys for YouTube.
Sure.
Isn't that right, Susan?
I suppose.
I know it's not Susan anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, when was this made? Oh, yeah, it's not Susan.
Or it's still a funny joke.
It's some
Nobody
guy.
fucking knows the other guy.
Some guy.
Nothing personal. Seriously, I don't even know. Anyhow, this sucker is even built on more or less a typical AK parts kit, using every other normal standard part on an AK. The real difference between the operating system between this and a standard AK is literally one hole. Coincidentally, one hole also being the thing standing between most people and a long, happy marriage. The hole that I'm talking about today is called our gas port, and it's usually drilled right about here on the barrel into our gas block here on pretty much every standard AK. It's how the gas system operates. I'll explain that here. Here we have a real Type 1 AK-47. Show clear for safety. So normally, the weapon gets fired, the primer is ignited by the firing pin, the cartridge is set off, and the bullet travels down through the barrel,
Sure does.
out the front of the gun. But what happens when the bullet passes by our gas block is that the gas port, the little hole that's drilled in the top of the barrel, bleeds a little bit of that excess gas off and builds pressure here in our gas chamber, which is still here in our gas block. Went ahead and opened up the hood so you guys can get a better view. So when the gas pressure builds here in the gas chamber, it pushes this piston back. And the act of pushing this piston back unlocks the bolt here and ejects the previous round, while then the recoil spring assembly pushes it forward and then loads the next round in the chamber. Pretty much all AKs function on this system, and it is very reliable. That's not quite how this one operates. This one operates a little different. Would you like to know more?
I think
ADD break.
I think I had it, but
So a lot of people consider a pump action a great weapon for home defense. If you listen to the old fuds at the gun store, they say that a pump action is a great weapon because all you need to scare an intruder out of your house is the sound of that right there.
yeah, it would scare a lot of people. They're cheap. Like if you get a shotgun, it's pretty cheap. Yeah, I had a friend of mine. Me and my girlfriend, we were in California, and we went out to the casino that night. And my roommate was left alone, and two guys broke into our house, and he had a SIG and a handgun, and yeah, he just showed it to me. He had a flashlight in one hand. He's in the military too, so he was all tactical about it. But they just left. So anyway, sorry. Shotguns are good.
Even though I just spit a live round across the room. Now, I will say using the sound of a pump-action shotgun is a pretty dumb home defense tactic. Let's put this in a nice home defense distance here of about point blank. Taking a full raspberry shower in 3, 2, 1. Did I scare him away? Now, I'd like to say with this, 16-inch barrel that there was some extra penetrating factor because there was no gas being siphoned off into the gas system, with this being a pump action. All the gas can go straight into just pushing the projectile out the front, but that's, honestly, bullshit. It takes a negligible amount of gas to cycle this firearm, so realistically, we got the exact same penetration we could have been expecting out of a regular 7.62 AK. So yeah, dead White Claw. That's what should have been expected. All right, now let's talk about what the PAR-1 operating system does to make it different from every other AK on the planet. But first, I have a burning desire to tell you about...
Oh, no.
TAC-PAC! Dear Congressman Herrera, please enjoy this box. It's filled with a highlight of TAC-PAC items from some of the...
Well, not really a congressman. That's sad.
The recent TAC packs. Well, shit, I'd love to see what's in some of the most recent TAC packs. Some Walker's XL Digital Ear Pro, so I can LARP like Tarkov, and also protect my hearing, of which I have very little left. Mission First Tactical 2-pistol carrier. A Sylvan Arms folding stock adapter. I actually do like these guys. Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho, just in time for Christmas. And a motherfucking Teco rail system. Don't know what it actually stands for, but I'm sure that's close. Remember, code AK Guy will get folks a tactical grab bag with $60, which ships ASAP. Love TAC-PAC.
Thank you, Ted.
P.S. You probably expected another penis drawing. Sorry to disappoint. I'm gonna cry myself to fucking sleep tonight. Anyhow, thank you again to TAC-PAC. Links in the description. As always, back to the PAR-1. So the PAR-1 still clearly has a gas piston, a gas tube, and a gas block. Then why the hell is it pump action? Well, as we mentioned before, there's no gas port here on the PAR-1. So without gas, the bolt can't unlock because the carrier doesn't move backward to allow it to unlock. Because you see rifle caliber guns like the AR, the AK, they're gas operated because if they were direct blowback and they were this size and, bolt carrier weight and everything, they would, explode when you shoot them. So you need some sort of lockup, which is why the AK has, its front trunnion with its locking lugs and its bolt system and, long stroke gas-operated piston system. It's not just
long stroke
there because it looks cool. This is actually pretty functional. So long story short, no gas hole, no operation. Unless you're a deranged mad scientist in Romania who decided, well, what if we just tethered a pump to the piston? We already have all the parts. We have the technology. We'll probably have a market.
I didn't
We
think
can
so.
crank these babies out till the cows come home.
Cool.
So yeah, in lieu of the gas actually operating the gun, you do, by hand. Meaning that every time you pump this is directly tethered to the piston.
That's so
which is what
weird,
is allowing
man.
the bolt carrier to come back and unlock, eject your round, and load a new one. So yeah, but everything in the inside, you can see here the AK receiver, the bolt carrier, everything, the recoil spring assembly. This is all standard AK. It's really kind of a cool design thing. Although they did cut the charging handle off, so you can't actually rack it like you normally could an AK. You have to use the pump up here. Sometimes it gets stuck like that. You know, weapon design, not a perfect science. But if you'd like to help weapon design become a perfect science and get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, you can check out sdi.edu. Big sponsor of the channel. You can check them out in the links in the description and the pinned comment. Fuck, I almost had it. Seriously, we appreciate their support. You can check them out down below. So you see the thing that returns it automatically, if you pull it all the way back, is the spring. This is actually the standard spring on AK. So the standard recoil spring assembly is all the same. And we have our typical AK bolt and bolt carrier. And if you wonder why I'm not taking this out, because that is as far as it goes.
Okay.
Without having to take way more shit apart, because I can't actually pull this out. Pull-out game on the PAR-1, very weak. But you see the piston is actually tethered in the front, and I imagine it has something to do with these HK-style push pins up front, but frankly, this is so cobbled together, I don't really want to fuck with it. It's Romanian space magic, which is different than Romanian Christmas magic, where they use your local neighborhood mailbox as their advent calendar. What'd we get for Christmas this year, Dad? I don't know, the neighbor's catalytic converter. And Romanians, if you think I'm taking this too far, just remember you gave us this. So I think we're even. All right, so we've talked a lot about this gun, but what we haven't answered is why the fuck does it exist? So we can answer that at the same time as answering why it's got this, you know, pinned muzzle cone or whatever the fuck this is. You can import semi-automatic AKs all day long, or, you know, build them here or whatever. Why the fuck are you going through the lengths of making this pump action? See, the 90s were a really bad time for imports because they had all sorts of import bans. You can thank Daddy Bush and Bill Clinton for most of those. But
I think you also kind of have to blame Ronald Reagan as well with the, you know, machine gun thing. I mean, I was alive during Reagan. I just don't remember any of it because I was a child. But yeah, thank you, Ronald Reagan. Your legacy is intact.
But there was, of course, the 1994 assault weapons ban. You know, the whole, why can't America just ban assault weapons? And, well, we kind of did for 10 years. And, you know, we saw a dramatic decrease in gun violence during those 10 years.
I don't think that's true at all.
I'm just fucking kidding. It didn't do anything. That assault weapons ban expired in 2004, which is why I can own all this cool shit and not get ass fucked in prison. But this is one of the many brain children that came out of this. You see, all the importers were trying to find ways to, you know, have sporting purpose rifles, basically just ways to make the guns that they were already producing in their factories comply with some of the ridiculous import laws they were having to put up with. That's why things in the 90s had weird shit, like the Mahdi's and the Mac 90s having those weird thumb hole stocks and everything, was all just to comply with import restrictions. Once again, if you have a cool thing and you want to fuck it up, introduce some government.
Good shot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the PAR-1. This is a neat little piece of firearm history and explains why import laws are pretty fucking stinky. Speaking of stinky, this ammo reeks. This is definitely corrosive. Anyhow, guys, it's not often I can come to you guys with just a rare variant of AK that most of you probably haven't even heard of.
Yeah,
it's just a really cool look at just the evolution of the AK, and sometimes the weird shit you have to do to comply with import laws and try to play the game with governments. That, and if you don't know what you're looking at, you might consider this to be a little cursed. And I get it. A little bit. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you staying to the end of the video. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye. Just kidding. This thing's just really fucking cool to shoot.
It looks fun.
I like it. I don't know.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top.
Okay. Good stuff. I don't want to sing. I can't do a Russian accent. Anyway, there you go. There's some more Brandon Herrera for you. It's a neat gun. I should have brushed my hair before I combed my hair before I came on here. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Makes me feel real good inside and helps out the channel. And if you have any suggestions, put them down below in the comments. I will get to those. Or if you can call me a jerk too. I kind of like that. Get off on it. So thank you very much, and bye.